And Sam, and welcome to What Are We Doing Here?
Let's get yapping.
Welcome to episode 16. We're on 16. We got energy. I know this is going to be real 180 from last week because last week we were like, everybody sucks, everybody's annoying. And this week, I got fucking energy. I'm all good.
Ovulation, baby. This is what I'm talking about. When, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to our episode on like hormone cycles and periods and stuff like that. This is why tracking your hormone cycle makes sense. Because last week we were like, I'm on a period, like gross, hate everything, everything sucks, all the things, right? Now this week, ovulation, we're done, everything's picking back up. Like we have energy, we're happy, like all of the things, and I love it.
I had the best workout I've had in literally 5 months, and I was like,
Good.
I feel so good. I'm in a crop top today. Apparently one workout makes me feel
nice,
mini.
nice.
But last week, I know I've said this like every time we've talked about hormones, but if I, like before you taught me about hormones, last week I would have spiraled into what's wrong with me, something's got to change, I don't know, like something. Because you like see day to day instead of like when you look at it as the cycle, it makes so much more sense. I also think another reason why we have energy is we literally spent all weekend together.
We did. We did good, guys. We did good. In case you guys haven't realized by now, me and Sam can literally talk all day, be together all the time, and even then we don't do. It's not like we're constantly nonstop like. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, we talk a lot, but we just will like just sit, just like we're cool.
We were
we'll just do our
scrolling
things.
On Saturday night after. We'll tell you about the whole weekend, but that night we were just like scroll, like looking through old photos, just being like every once in a while, being like,
that was
look at
so
this one.
Funny. It was so funny because your question was, how far back does your Google Photos go? Because don't you pay for Apple storage, like the extra?
Yeah, and I lost so many.
Yeah, and I don't pay for that. I pay for Google Photos. And so I was like, well, I have like two different accounts because I have the one that I paid for and then the one I had in college. Yeah. So it's like I have one of them that goes back, but all of them go back only to 2016 is what we discovered. So almost, Jesus Christ, almost 10 years ago. So 9 years ago. It's fine. Before then, everything's on flash drives. Because we were like, it's on an old computer.
Oh my God.
Drive. And I was like, if I find this flash drive wherever it is, somewhere in my house, we will have old photos. But
like all of the old, like child, like anything before 2016 or mine was a little later than yours, I think 2018. But regardless, like you and I have both put it on flash drives and then I put it on my computer. And I was telling you, like, when I put it onto my computer, it scrambled everything. So there is zero organization to that folder. So it's like, even if I could find this flash drive and find the computer and the folder and where it is, like, I know that it's so messed up that it's like, I don't even know that I would go look through that.
Yeah.
How much is Google Photos?
Not a lot. I'll tell you that. I pay for it for the year. I don't know. It's not a lot, though. I think it's like $10 for the year.
See, Apple storage is probably the most loaded of crap because I can't get into my like my actual iCloud. You know when you go in there and you're like, where are all these things? Why are they from 2009?
Why is it like, where's forever ago? I can never get rid of it. But my phone yells at me all the time. Your Apple storage for your iCloud is out. And I'm like, I don't care about my iCloud. I don't care about the cloud. It reminds me of that movie where it's like the video goes up in the cloud. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like they made a homemade sex tape and it somehow got uploaded to the cloud. So then it went to all their kids' devices. Yeah. And then they were like, how do I get it down from the cloud? Like they didn't understand. Oh, God, that's funny.
That's funny.
That's just what that reminded me of. It's a load of crap,
though, because it sucks. And it cost me, it was 99 cents a month, but then I have continued to use it. I think I'm paying $2.99 a month for shitty storage, and it's yelling at me. I just got notifications. It hasn't been backed up in 21 days. You are about to tell me that I pay $3 a month, and it's still not working?
No, I have to almost go into my Google Photos because it backups so quick that all my screenshots and stuff like that are like in there. Like they can be on my phone for like 5 seconds and then they're in my Google
Yep.
Photos. And I'm like, I don't need to keep that one. Those I don't need to
Got it.
keep. So I have to end
That's
up
a
going
better
through and like
problem, though.
deleting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, luckily too, Google Photos will sort it by screenshots or by this, and it'll be like, these are recommendations to like archive or delete these pictures. And I'm like, thank you for
Yeah.
organizational skills at some point. So, no,
I
love
will
Google
give credit
Photos.
to like Google and Android. They have all of their shit together. I just got onto iPhone when I was, freshman year of high school. And so it's like, it would be too weird to hack or to switch. We always joke that like an Android could hack into the White House, but an iPhone, they're going to be like, LOL, yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, so there's always been a thing because James has
I was
an
going to say, I know
Android
this is
and
a touchy
and
subject.
well, and then our friend had keyword had, and then she switched to an
Yes.
iPhone, and she was like, "Wow, this is great." But actually, like the iPhone has been kind of pissing me off lately with stuff. And then like the more that I'm around James and I use his phone, I'm like, but I can't. I can't do it. I even
It's
told
too
him
late.
there's no way. I said I can't. I can't. And he goes, "You can." And I was like, "No, no, I can't. It would
No.
fuck every group message. Like it would fuck up everything."
It does.
But the thing is
Yes.
when you actually learn about it, this is what kind of ticked me off is Apple is the only one that does that, and they did it on purpose. So that way the blue is
Yes.
good and the green, like they picked the
Yes.
colors and all the things. And I was like, so you're telling me that I'm basically getting manipulated because the
Yes.
blue is nicer and the green, like all the things. And so the feeling of being manipulated, I was like, and I was like,
Mhm.
God, that makes me not want to have it. But I was like, I'm already too far into the mafia. We're already here.
To the mafia.
We're too far into the mafia. I can't, once you're in, you can't get out. I mean, right? You
No.
gotta die. Like, those are the things.
I always say, like, they did great marketing. They got it
Mhm.
right. And now, like, Android has always been able to FaceTime Apple, but Apple was the one that said, no, we're not going to do that. Like, Apple very much was like, you're going to be a cult. And, like,
There we
unfortunately,
go. Cult. We're too far into the cult. Not even a mafia.
Uh-huh.
We're too far into the cult.
It's cult. 1,000%.
Yeah.
I think it's like, there's good features about it, but, like, we're getting nice cameras now, and Android's like, I got that camera, like, 7 years ago.
I know.
And the Google, and the biggest issue, we talked about this weekend, is the iPhone photos. The new update. I can't find
the like
shit.
actual like photo out, like I hate it.
Yes.
That almost makes me switch just by itself because whatever update did it, I can't find stuff. I had to change settings for things that I had certain ways, like even the
Yep.
email. I had to change the email back. Whatever update.
I don't know
like,
how to do that.
Oh, it's up at the top. I'll tell you after. But I was missing emails because it was sorting it into the wrong category. And so I still had to go into every category and I was still missing emails that I knew were in there that I needed to find. And so I ended up taking it off. But I was like, why did we have to do this?
It was working perfectly.
It was fine. No one was complaining about the photo thing. Everyone loved it. And then you updated it and now it sucks. So
No, it's really bad. TikTok really saved me on that one because I had to go find TikTok videos of how to like trying to find my favorites folder. I was like, this is the thing that should be like front and center. It's my favorites photo. Also this weekend, should we back up or should I talk about I'll go here.
I just love that we were like, we're gonna go into the weekend and now we've gone from we haven't even talked about what we wanted to talk about. We went straight into it. Guys, this was not part of the plan. We talked about this for 5 minutes beforehand. This is our plan. This is what we're going to talk about. Cool, ready, let's go, hit go. And we've already, like, we already went off the track. We're going to bring it back.
Welcome to ADHD at your finest.
Well, it just reminds me of the reel Whitney sent us. So my
Yes.
sister sent us a reel earlier, and it was like, when you're hanging out with your girlfriends, but you didn't finish a single conversation, so you have all these unfinished stories. And I was like, why is this? Me and Sam literally have to stop and be like, wait, we have to go back and complete that. We didn't finish that one, but we moved on to these other 5 stories, but I need to go back and we need to finish this one. So
And we
anyway,
do a really good job most of the time
of circling back. We do. I agree. We just go like this and then we branch off and then we go, oh, wait.
Yep.
So anyways, what we did this weekend, guys.
Okay. Speaking of the photos, your dad had asked us We're going to tell you funny stories that happened this weekend because there was a lot of them. It was like all day Saturday and a good portion on Sunday. Your dad had said, what is James? What is Hunter's? Like, what is your and ours?
That's him. That's her. Yeah.
Yes.
When someone asks you, oh, like when you're talking about Hunter, and if someone's never seen him, then you go, oh, like, well, what does he look like? I've never asked somebody what their boyfriend looks like, but whatever, it's a thing, right? What's, your family members, that's what I think of.
Yes.
Oh, I want to see a picture. Like, what, like, do you have a picture of you guys together? Like, what's that picture that you show? And I thought that was a really good question. And Dad even he goes, these are my couple of Mom. And it's so funny because Mom's like, I don't like those pictures. And I was like, Mom, you look really cute in those. Like, it was so sweet.
But it's like the different perspective of whatever. I had never been asked that question. Like, let me back up. I've been asked that question, but not in a while. So I was like, fuck, I don't know. Like, what photos would I use? So now we went through and I was like, actually, I would choose this one and this one. And we were like, those are good photos. And then same with yours. We were like, that was a fun question just to like go through.
It was. What was funny is I asked James, like, hey, well, what would be your pictures? Like Dad asked. Yes. And he sent a couple, and I was like, those were basically mine. Like, he picked the same ones I picked, which I thought were really cute.
Yeah.
And he was like, maybe this one, and I was like, maybe this one. So he had like one that was like similar but a little bit different, but the two that we sent were basically the same. Like, we would have shown the same pictures. I was like, love that. On the same page. We both did the same picture. So I was curious. I don't know if you asked Hunter, but I don't know if Hunter would pick the same picture. I forgot about it
until right this second as it started coming out of my mouth. So I bet when I go upstairs, I'll remember it.
Because I'm curious if you guys would pick the same ones or not. So
I am curious. I'll report back.
Yeah.
So Saturday we went hiking. There was 6 of us and 5 dogs. We looked like a little...
We were a herd. Like a caravan. We were a little caravan of people and dogs. We were almost at a 1-to-1 ratio.
Literally. You and I were the only ones without dogs. And it was really nice because I was like, I got no responsibilities. Like, I'm just chilling. Like, not doing anything.
I have dogs, obviously. But my dogs are older, like they're almost 11. So I was like, there's no way that they would make it on this hike. Like I take them on walks around the neighborhood and stuff like that. But that's about the extent of what they do now. And I mean, they're still really active.
Pavement.
They don't act like they're 11, but going on a 3-mile hike with water and stuff, like there's no way they wouldn't have made it. Versus everyone else's dogs that came were like 2, 3, 4 years old. And so they were obviously more, not like puppies, but still on the younger side.
They got energy for sure. They were running. They were ready to go.
But it was a really good hike. I thought it was really nice. The water was really cool. There wasn't a ton of people on the trail, but
that was nice.
There was still people. There was more bikes than what I thought, but the place that we went had so many different trails that you could like branch off on that I think everyone could almost go in a different direction, even if it was packed, and it would still almost seem like nobody else was out there with you, which was really nice.
I can't believe that like it was so close to my old house that I can't believe that I had never gone. So now I'm like, okay, now I want to go back because like you said, so many trails that we could go on. You got to go to the water and like it's a huge park. One of the funniest things that happened while we were hiking is Whitney, who, do you guys remember Bree's chapstick, right? Bree's bougie ass chapstick. And we were like...
that I said that I liked, but I couldn't tell my sister, but she listened to the podcast, so she figured it out.
And she goes, Sam, I listened to the podcast and now you need bougie chapstick too. I put it on. And it's so nice.
Sam put it on, and then she turns to me and she goes, damn it, this is really nice chapstick. I was like, I told you, like, but it's so expensive. That's like the one thing that I'm like, yeah, well, yours, so the pink one I have is 15. That one I guess is 20. So I don't know, it's a little bit different.
Damn.
But
Thanks,
even then, 15, 20 bucks, like, but it's so nice. Like I've already seen you use it a couple times, just like in videos and stuff, and I'm like, damn it, she's hooked too. Like,
I like
so nice. It's nice. Hopefully it just lasts a really long time, and maybe you could justify then it being $20 if it lasts a long time.
Yeah. Like, I purposely went digging in my bag, like my hiking bag that I hadn't unpacked to go find this stupid thing this morning because I wanted it. And I was like, all right, fine. So we definitely needed to come talk that. So then we went, we did the 3-mile hike. We went to get
Lunch.
food. Then we went back to your house. Nothing
we
really.
We went on an adventure for Mother's Day stuff and all the fun thing. But then we got, I'm sure you guys have seen it all over Instagram. If you haven't, then look it up. But this game called Hues and Cues. And
so
I saw it and I was like, you know what? Let's get Hues and Cues and we'll play it like, fuck it, right? We have a few hours before we eat dinner. Like, let's play games. So we came back and we played it and it was actually really fun and kind of challenging, like to try to think of words. And then I just think of the couple times that we were so off, but then there's other times that we had words for colors and we were so, like, everyone was so on that everyone got points, but then there was times it was spot on. So with Hues and Cues, it's basically a big board game that has all different hues of colors.
Every color,
shade, whatever, right? And so then there's these cards, and on the cards there's 4 squares, 4 different colors. 4 options. Yeah, you pick one, and then you have to give a 1-word like description of what it is. So like, say it's like a yellow, you can be like sunflower.
Highlighter.
Great, that's highlighter. That's 1 word, and so then the other people take their little thing and they try to guess what hue of color you're trying to describe. And so then your second clue, it can be a 2-worded description, or it can be the same word, like as long as it's not like lighter, darker, like greener, like, you know.
green. Yeah.
And so I thought it was really fun. You enjoyed it. Dad enjoyed it. Like, everyone enjoyed it. But it was funny to see, like, where it took people. And then the more that we thought about it after, we were like, we could have used, like, brands of stuff. Like, we could have been like Swiffer, Febreze, Carmax, like, you know.
That would have been so much easier, because we all talked about, we did, like, fruits and, like, more like food or, like, in the house items, but you didn't think about brands. But, like, when we say Swiffer, this was a good one, though. Swiffer, because you said
green.
I said purple.
Yeah, if I said Swiffer, what color would you think? And then same with, like, what other color did we try to...
Grape.
Yeah.
And your mom was like, there's red grapes, green, purple grapes.
Grape.
And we were like,
well, same
what
with
do
highlighter.
You think of grape?
Yeah, which highlighter? If I say highlighter, like, you're going to go for hopefully, like, original, like, bright neon yellow highlighter. Like, you know, same with grape. If you think of grape anything, you think purple. Like, so go. But again, you have all the different hues. We'll post a picture. So you're like, what color is the closest to grape? Like, Jesus
standing
Christ.
Up and looking.
And so you're trying to get all the lighting right, and you're like, I think that's close enough. And so I thought it was really fun. I thought it was funny. I would love to play it again.
I would love to play it again, and I definitely recommend people do it and try, like, thinking of brands. Like, all I see is Milwaukee right here, of course, because I'm in the basement.
Well, that's why it's like hard.
Brands of good things were a way to think about it.
And, like, Dad made a good point, because what Dad said, like, a midnight or, like, twilight. Like, what color would you think for twilight? And Mom was like, I don't know, but to me, like, twilight, I would think of like a dusty, like, dark hue of a blue, right? Like
bluish, a little purple,
a
maybe.
Bit of purple. Yeah, like that's what I would say for midnight. But again, what hue? Like, Dad said emerald, and we were like, oh, this is like a darker green, and it was like a lighter green, and I was like, Dad, what? Emerald is light green. So it definitely was really funny.
Pictures being like, this is emerald, or I said eggplant, and everybody went over here, and I went, oh, fuck, they are so far away from where I need them to be, so I said something else. It was a really good, definitely recommend. That was very fun.
Yeah.
That was a very fun.
Yeah.
Then we went back to your house, hung around. That's where we were, like, doom scrolling, and look at these funny pictures.
Because it was after the game that Dad had asked us about what's your that's him, that's her picture. And so then we were back at the house just hanging out. Yep. And then we were like, you know what? We, like, just kept looking at pictures. And then we went far back and we were like, look at this stupid thing. Look at what we did here.
Yeah. It was funny to see where photos were. Like, my photos were some in Snapchat, and then my photos on app like were later, so it was like funny to go see. I showed you really drunk videos of me being like,
Yes.
you think you're cool at the time, and then you look
And then
back
you
and
look
you're
back.
like, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
and then I showed you the one, and I was like, oh, this is when I was a so-and-so, and I was like, what do you think I got yelled at in this picture? And you were like, his arms around you, and I was like, ding, 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 trauma! We both know that something happened. And I was like, looking, like, even back then and even now, like, it was such a stupid thing to be like, why is that guy's arm around you? Why is the thing,
Why
I
is
don't like
that
the way he's touching
character?
you. And I'm like, I'm at an amusement park, and I took a picture with a character, and I thought it was really cool. And it turned into a whole, I was like, oh my Jesus. Anyways, I just thought it was funny that there was no
All the time.
context. It was, what's wrong with this picture? And you were like, his arm's touching you. And I was like, ding, winner, winner, chicken dinner. But
Trauma bonding.
what? Well, then fast forward into Sunday.
Yep.
We got our nails done for Mother's Day. Toes. I can't lift my feet up here. This
that
ain't
ain't happening at all. Also, you're not getting that for free. Not getting that for free.
Well, actually, so our friend made the joke too, because she was like, damn, I could be selling those feet pics now. And then the lady like looked at her and she was like, I'm kidding. I was joking. Like, I was joking. But I was like, but are you though? Like, if you are, no shame. If you got cute feet, I mean, work what your mama gave you.
If you gonna pay me for feet pics, I'm gonna send you feet pics.
It's a foot. That's where I'm like, it ain't a titty or an ass or something like that. It's a foot.
It's a foot. If you like it, you and I are into some kinks. We ain't kink shaming nobody. But if you paid me for my feet, fuck yeah, I'm gonna put on a show. I'm gonna put on a show and make some money.
So we got our nails done for Mother's Day, and then Sam and our friend were really cute and got me like a little gift for Mother's Day, because they were like, oh yeah, you're a mother too, like, you know. And so
the day before we were at Walmart and we were picking out flowers for your mom, and you were like, I'm gonna buy myself flowers, and I said, don't you fucking buy flowers. I said, put it back. And you were like, but really?
I want some flowers.
That's what best friends are for. I said, don't you buy fucking
you guys
flowers?
are so cute.
But we got you a little succulent because flowers were $35, and I thought you wouldn't like $35 flowers because
I'll take the succulent. It's still cute. It'll last longer.
It would last longer. It would be better. It just looked... All the flowers also were like $35 and ugly. Like they weren't...
Yeah, they weren't pretty $35 flowers. They were ugly $35 flowers.
Yeah, so we did that. I got you a giant thing of gummy bears, the Albany one that we talked about. She gave me... They were like 50 mini packs. So I just found this earlier today and had one.
Did I already eat 7 of them today? Yes.
Best gummy bear brand ever.
They are the best. But they're little mini ones, so they're like this big. They're like cute and little. It's really cute. And then Sam, they got me a game. Yep. This is where our amnesia comes back into play. But Sam tried to find a game that I didn't have, and I have this game. It's called, what is it called?
It's like, tell me that you've done without telling me.
Tell me without telling me. So it's a charades game, and there's a naughty version of cards, like not safe for work cards, and those are the funniest, if you can loop those in. So you have this dice, and you roll the dice, and there's like, it's like how you act it out. So you can do like, there's charades, there's one word syllable, there's freestyle, like there's different options. So whatever you roll is how you have to act out the cards.
Got it.
And so, you roll the dice, whatever it is, then you have to act out the card. You're trying to get the most cards, right? But the not safe for work ones are the funniest. But
funny.
I would not have told you that I had this game. Like, I would have just taken it home and had 2.
Why?
Because it's a gift, and I feel I was thinking about this because I was like, why would I?
You and I are squashing that right now. I don't care what you feel and do about other people. No.
I know.
No. Absolutely not. Tell me why, but...
Because it was a gift, and so it was like, it was still thoughtful, and so I don't want to be like, oh, I already have this, and it feel like I'm ungrateful for, like, I was just grateful that you guys got me anything and, like, wanted to spend time with me on Mother's Day, let alone to be like, oh, I already have this game. Like, you fucked up. Like, I don't know, to me, it seems like I'm not being grateful for the gift, but you asked, and I was honest. I didn't lie. So Sam goes,
you didn't lie.
Sam goes, do you have that game? And I'm like, Yeah, actually, I do. I have the game. So if you ask, I'll be honest and I'll tell you. But I was like, I would have just kept it and just had 2 copies of it. And
There is a way to do it, right? Like you say, oh my God,
okay,
thank you so much. You let it sit. Then a little bit later, you could be like, hey, I actually have that game.
there's
If you
no
don't
way
want
I'm
to do
doing
that with
that.
grandma, aunts, fine.
With you,
No.
fine. With anybody else, no. There's no way that I'm
Fine.
bringing it up after I open it. Like, I either have to bring it up right then, if it
Okay.
sits at all, there's no way I'm bringing it up. Absolutely zero. Zero,
Okay.
zero possibility that I'm going, oh, well, by the
By
way,
the
I have that.
way.
Because then it's like, you know that I've sat there with it and that I know that I have this. Unless I can
Then just
play it
say
off
right
some kind
away.
of way. I know, but how? Like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I have this. Like,
Be like, oh my God,
I
I
don't,
actually love this game. Thank you so much. I love this game.
I don't want people to feel bad though. Like
Why?
I don't want them to feel bad that they got me something I already have. So I just would rather not say anything.
You said, I said, do you have this game? Because again, amnesia, I didn't ask her because I was trying to be like, let me do something. Fucking no.
This is Sam calls me later and she goes, "This is why we do amnesia." And I was like, "I know." She was like, "It's okay, but I tried." And I was like, "I know, it's just cuz if we see stuff that we think is cool, we usually buy it." So like,
Yes.
yes, of course I have this game because I thought it looked cool when I saw it and I bought it and it was funny. But
Well, I won't. You could do whatever you want with other people. No.
I know with
'Cause-
you. With you it's fine.
Oh,
I
you didn't tell me. I asked you.
You did
You
ask.
weren't
You
gonna tell
asked
me.
relatively close. I would have brought it up eventually.
Great. Then the receipt's too late.
I would have
So
been like,
yeah,
wow, do you want? I would have maybe just like gifted it back to you. You got me this game. I'm gonna give it back to you.
that would
As
have
a
been
gift
fine
for
because I
something
don't
else.
own the game.
I know you
But
don't, so that's why I would have been like, maybe I'll gift it back later.
what's funny, you told me this when I called you afterwards, and I was like, this is why we do amnesia. You said we played the game together.
We did. because guys, because we're not gonna go too far into this, but we
Why
were
not?
playing with some of the not whatever, fuck it then. Send it. We were playing and we were playing with the not safe for work cards like blended in. Well,
Duh.
the clue on the card was Jacob's ladder. I want to ask, I kind of want to, yes.
I was gonna say I want to take a poll of who knows right away when we say that what that means because I need like a hands up in the comments or like a something because we knew it immediately.
Immediately. But Jacob's ladder was the clue. Anyways, Jacob's ladder, put your hands up, put a dumbbell in the comment section if you know what it is, because I knew from books. I've never seen one, but I knew from books. But the 2 other people we were playing with had zero idea what it was. Like they were like, "How do you guys know that?" And I like looked at Sam and I go, "Are we the problem?
Shit.
Are we? Damn. Are we the?" I was like, "Well." And if you don't know what it is and you're not above 18, please don't Google it.
If you're
Or
18,
if you
I don't need you here. I love you, but no.
if you're if you're younger than 18, I don't know why you're listening to us, but I guess it's fine. We love you anyways, but like maybe check with your parent. Check with your mom. But or if you don't want to see a picture of a penis or something, please don't Google it. Like don't Google Jacob's ladder. It's a thing. They're piercings. It makes it look like a ladder. It's fine.
There is a actual gym equipment machine
Called Jacob's ladder. That's correct.
called Jacob's ladder. So
it has the rings.
yes. So that is one, but it is definitely not that is not where our head went. And it was very funny to explain it to them.
Well, it was on the not safe for work card.
Yeah. So I knew it wasn't gym equipment.
No. No, but the fact that we got it, and then after the round was over, they were like, "How the hell did you guys know what that is?"
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. I got sent a reel about free use. Again, if you don't know what free use is, I sent it to you, but I don't think you've looked at it yet.
I was gonna say I don't even know what that is.
When you're into free use, it's like a kink, right? Like free use. You can be used anytime,
Got it.
anywhere, whatever, right?
Yes.
So it was like, I'm into free use because I'm kinky. And it was like, I also just want to feel used, or like, I want to feel wanted all the time. And I was like, well, shit.
Well,
well, you see.
you know a lot of the terms for it. Like, I know that that's a thing.
You
Like,
just don't know
I'm
the
very
name.
aware of all the things, but you always remind me of the names. Like, you always are like, I don't even remember what you just called it, but like
Free use.
free use. Thank you. Like, I knew that that was a thing, didn't know the term for it. So
I thought it was funny with the reel that it was like, I'm into this because I'm kiki, and it's like you just want to feel wanted
you
all the
just
time.
want
And I
to
was
feel
like,
wanted. Like,
damn.
yeah.
It was like, yes. Anyways,
Head on the hammer. Ding, ding. That was
yeah.
funny with the game. I'm glad that you told me. I think there's one other funny story from the weekend. Your text message of our activities that we're planning. Bree texted me and said, all she said.
Yes. No, this is what I said, guys. This is what I said. I'm okay, it's like Friday.
Yes.
No, is it Friday or is it Thursday? No, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. Anyways, I'm about to give the kids a bath. Whatever. Mom and Whitney call me and they go, hey, Whitney's talking to me and she goes, Mom's doing this triathlon. I'm doing it too. You're doing it. Tell Sam we're all doing it. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm trying to get kids in the bath. Like, we're not trying to have corn dogs thrown in the bath or trying to eat dinner. Go, like, chaos.
Yes.
All the things. Right?
Bad
Like
timing.
my sister was like, did you just say don't put your corn dog in the bathtub? I said, yes. Those are the words that came out of my mouth. That's exactly what happened. Because he was walking in there with a corn dog, and I could just see him going, what? Like, why not? Dip your corn dog
Things
in the
you never
bath.
expect to say until you're a parent, and especially a boy parent.
Don't dip your corn dog into the bath. Yep. It would
Sticker
happen.
incoming.
Yeah. Don't put your corn dog in the bath. So anyways, I was like, okay. And so I'm getting the boys in the bath and I just text Sam and I go, we're doing a triathlon. And so, that's it, period. And so I'm giving the boys a bath, whatever, and I come back to text message. She goes, who's we? She goes, as Hunter says, you got a mouse in your pocket? Like, who's we? And she goes, what you talking about, Willis? And I was dying, and then all of a sudden you called me, and I was like, I'm in the middle of the bath time, but yeah, this is what it is, whatever. So, guys, surprise, I'm pretty sure we're doing a triathlon in September, but it's not like a real one. It's like a beginner, you want to try it out type of thing, right? So like, what is it? Run 3 miles. The swim is in a lazy river. So you're like gonna swim in a lazy river if you want, or just float, and then it's a 10-mile bike ride.
Yeah, 1/4 mile swim, 10-mile bike ride, and a 3.2-mile run. It's a 5K.
Yeah.
So it's like a smaller triathlon, but it's still like the 3 events. But all you texted me was, we are doing a triathlon. And I was like,
who's we?
Who's we? I'm still working because Thursday I'm working late, so I'm still working. I'm like,
yes.
What? Yeah. And then I called you because I was like, you're not answering fast enough. That was my first words out of my mouth.
You texted and it wasn't like an immediate answer. You were like, screw it, like, call it.
I was like, so I think that's going to be fun. You have a bike. You just went.
I do.
Tell them about your little adventure.
I know. I was like, guys, we're doing this. Like, screw it. If we're going to do it, like, I'm going to do it. And that was your answer, too, is you were like,
yes,
if we're doing it, like, you're going to do it, right? Like, we're not, like, all staying together. I said, no, if we do it, like, I expect to be dying at the end of it. Like, I'm going to go hard.
Yeah.
You know what I just found out, too, is HAM is an acronym. Like you know,
going ham?
Like, going ham?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was, I just thought
You've never heard going ham?
I did. No, I've used it all the time. I didn't know that it was code for going hard as a motherfucker. Yes! I thought it was just like, you're going hard. Like, I'm going ham. No, I'm going hard as a motherfucker. It's ham.
That makes
so much more sense. Thank you. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Oh, I really didn't. I think I just totally spit everywhere. That's lovely. I did not know that.
I didn't know it either until I saw it, and I was like, everything is a lie. My whole
everything makes so much more sense. I had just
Anyways, I went on a bike ride today because I was like, okay, I can't just go 10, 11 miles on a bike, even though I think it would be like okay, but I was like, I don't know if I've ever gone that far on a bike. So I went on a bike ride today and I went 3.67 miles in 27.5 minutes, which I thought was pretty
I feel like
good.
that's really good. Yeah.
I felt like that was pretty good, and I was like, "This is a good start." I think the hardest part for me is gonna be it would be the swim. If it was in like a pool, the swimming would kill me. But the fact that we're in a
Yes.
lazy river, I feel fine about the swim. Right? Fuck it.
That's exactly how I feel. If it was like an actual like
Yeah,
pool, that would
I
be
would die.
more complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, I would die. But lazy river, cool. And so I was like, "All right, the bike, I'm feeling really good about. We're gonna keep working on that." But I
Yeah.
actually think I'm gonna die on the running more than
Mhm.
anything. But maybe not. But
Yeah.
anyways, I'm really
I
excited for it. You're excited for it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be really fun because I love doing 5Ks. I do a 5K every
Hmm.
Christmas time. I would love to do more, but I love doing like races and things like that. So I called you and I said, I don't want like I'm not hanging around. I'm paying
Yeah. No.
F you money. I'm like running like I want to go. And
Hmm.
so I think the swim is gonna be fine. I think the bike is gonna be not terrible, but it's gonna be like ooh. And
Yeah.
then the run after the bike. Like I don't think the bike
Yeah.
itself is gonna be that bad, but the minute you get off of it and then go run 3.2 miles or whatever it is.
It's gonna be
But
fine.
I'm really excited that you texted
Me
me. And
too.
after the Willis and I was funny, I was like, oh wait, I'm like excited. And so
Mhm.
I was like, uh-oh, like if I do this, is it gonna be like I mean, I already want to run like a marathon, so I wouldn't
See,
I'm surprised by when you texted me this that I was like, wait, I want to know more right now. Like I think I'm actually excited for it.
we should do more runs because I like the hardest thing that I found out with runs is like one, I don't feel like I would want to do it by myself because I'd want to like
Mm-hmm.
celebrate after with whoever like I do it with. So doing
Yeah.
it by yourself, like you finish and you're like, ta-da. Right? But if you do it with
Kinda,
somebody,
yeah.
it's better. But I love like I've done color runs, I've done a mud run, I've done a bubble run. I want to do another mud run because this one wasn't too muddy. I had to like lay in the mud to like get mud. And I didn't like have to go through it. And so it was like a
Yeah.
thing. But I like that you like want to go hard because that's my thing. It's like if you can stay with me, then great. But if you don't, or if you need to go, like you go. I'm not gonna be upset. It's gonna push me to catch up to you. But at the same
Yes.
time, like if I leave you, I don't want to be like, oh shit, are they gonna be mad because I didn't stay with them or like,
Yes.
whatever. Like, no, I wanna go. I wanna see how hard I can do this.
That's why I
So
like
I'm glad we're
giving
on the
that
same
like
page.
pre-warning, like,
Yeah.
okay, I will do this if these are the kind of conditions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, running a 5K by like I just did the Christmas one, like you
Mm-hmm.
get done and you're like, woohoo! And then you're like, all right,
Okay.
now what? Now we go home and go get food?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, which is
okay.
so I'm gonna look at more because I think it would be fun. And now,
Yeah.
I mean, I know you'll run with me. That's always the thing is I'm like, who's gonna actually like do it? Like, I want you to do. Like, I want you to
Yeah.
want to go. I'm
Go
not competitive at
ham.
all. In case anybody can't tell, I'm not competitive at all. 0%. But back to I saw another reel. I sent it to
Okay.
you right before you logged on. But this lady said that me and my partner, boyfriend, husband, whoever,
Mm-hmm.
do what's called king and queen nights.
Okay.
And it like talked through it, and I thought it was really cool. So basically, she said, once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever you want to decide,
Mm-hmm.
we do a king or queen night. So if it's like a king night, he's getting treated like a king. Like she was like, I sent a Google form and asked him what would be the most helpful to be. It was like a cute little form, and it was like, what do you want for dinner? Do you want this, or this? What would make you feel most loved? Do you want a massage? Do you want this? Do you want
Oh, I
like it
see.
was like they fill it out and it's like a Google invite. So it's like very like cutesy and like it's happening like it was like please be prepared and be at the house ready by 7 p.m. Dinner will be served at this time. This will
Mm-hmm.
be at this time. Like really cute. You can make it obviously, but she prepped this really nice like homemade dinner, did whatever thing he wanted to do, whatever, but he does the same in return. So then once a
Mm-hmm.
month he does a queen night and it's like I really just want a massage
I
or I want
like
a
that
bubble
idea.
bath or I want this or I want quality time or like whatever you want, but it's
Yeah.
you get a homemade dinner
Yep.
that you don't have to cook, clean, nothing, and you get
Plan nothing.
something nothing. And then you get something that would make you feel loved. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually a really cute idea that it's like one night out or again, however often you want to do it, but it's like
Yep.
you're a queen for the night. You don't do anything. You want a
Uh-huh.
drink? I go get you a drink. You want this? I go get it. You want a dinner? Here's dinner. Here's this. Like, just being waited
I
on.
like that.
I thought it was really cute, and I was like, wait, there's like, you could do this. I like the idea of the form just because it's like hard to come up with so much stuff, I feel like, for your partner.
Yes.
Because it depends, like, I would think of me, like, depending on what mood I'm in or what kind of week I've
I was
had,
just
or
gonna
like,
say,
it might be different every time. Like, and
yeah.
I would hate for them to go through all that and then be like, oh, we're gonna do these activities. And I'd be like, I just really want to like sit and have a massage and cuddle. Like,
Yep.
so it was, I loved the what would make you feel most loved. And it was like, again, all these options. So
Mm-hmm. Because they could
I,
plan something really cute, but like if it's
yeah.
not what you need at that time, like their
Mm-hmm.
efforts kind of go to waste, and then they're upset, you're upset, and it really just I like the asking
Needs
beforehand.
needs aren't being met if you're
Yeah.
not asking. So I thought it was really cute to do like a king night and a queen night, and it really be a like, I'm waiting on you, you're waiting on me, like, and to flip it back and forth just to give that. I feel like it would make you feel really connected, and
Yeah.
to be like, this is really what I need to feel loved right now. And like, it happened. And then you would get a really nice night of dinner and talking or other activities or whatever you want
Yeah.
to feel connected again. And then that would, to me, I would feel so eager to then do it in return and be like, oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
King night's coming up. Like, I'm gonna make
Because
this
you
really
got
nice
something that
dinner.
felt exactly what you needed
Yeah, and now
instead
he
of
gets
like
to
going through the
pick.
motions.
He picks what kind of dinner. Like, here's your three options of what I can make or whatever, right? Like, which one do
Yep.
you want? Or, four options, and then what do you want to make you feel most loved? And whatever it is, like, and I can do that for a
Yeah.
night, and I'm given directions, and I'm given exactly what you want for you to feel loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I just absolutely loved that idea. I thought it was great.
Look at you coming in hot with the relationship advice because you had that one, and then
I
last week with the was it last week? The three,
I
like, what's your
think
top three? I,
yes.
I've been thinking about that since then. I really
Really?
I like
Nice.
that conversation for friends, for like when you're like waiting in line and you're like, I don't want to just scroll my phone. Like in those
Yeah.
in between driving, like you could do it in a
Feeling
short
connected.
or long period of time. And I liked that. I've been thinking about it since.
Yeah. Well, I feel like us as humans want to connect, and we go to our phones to connect through social media and all the other
Yep.
things, right? We want that connection, and it's like we sometimes, I feel like, miss it when it's right in front of us. And so, but it's always like, well, what do I do? Like, we're so used to being able to talk or see or interact with stuff on our phone that
Mm-hmm.
sometimes interacting in person, you're like, what do I
It's
do?
not in person, it's not always as like bright and shiny and like
Yeah.
pretty. There's dirty dishes over here versus like your phone is truly curated
All
to
the
be
nice
the
stuff.
most pretty, all the nice, like the like you kind of do miss it. Or if it's something
Mm-hmm.
that's in your every day, like Hunter, we live together every single day. There's a difference between going onto my phone and seeing something new from somebody else every single day. And so you do kind of you go into everybody what's that roommate stages, like everybody goes
Yeah.
through periods, but
Yeah.
that's the only way to get out of it.
I I don't know if that is a way to get out of it, because to me I'm like, is it roommate phase, or is it, because for me I feel like I struggle with, I'm so afraid that the curiosity is going to be gone, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interesting. And if I don't keep that curiosity and that interesting stuff up 24/7, 100%, then I'm not interesting. So like, why would somebody stay here? We've
Mm-hmm.
talked about this. This has been like a
Yeah.
big thing for me,
I
that
just
like
had a thought.
when things are really calm and it's just like an everyday like normal routine thing,
Yep.
I start being like, well, I have to ask like interesting questions, and I have to be this, I have to do, and it's like,
Yep.
no. And I catch myself and I go do a workout, or I say my affirmations, or I do things that really ground me, and like, no, like, we've experienced stuff together, we have a strong relationship, like, we're still communicating, like,
Mm-hmm.
this is all fine. I don't have to be interesting 24/7. I'm living my life and he's living his life, and we're choosing to live our lives together at the same time. Like, we're choosing to
Mm-hmm.
interact. What was your thought? Because I'm curious now.
I have two thoughts.
Yeah.
One, your everyday life may not feel interesting to you, but to somebody else, that's very interesting. The silly little times, the stories, like the little things that you deal with every single day is super interesting to James when he wants to know, you put the kids to bed. He wants to know how the kids got to bed and what stories you read them and what they did right. And then my second thought is, I think curiosity, your brain, just like mine, runs 70,000 miles a minute. So how many thoughts do you think you've had forever? If you're asking, what are your top three, or just talking about stories, I think that you will have stories for days. You will have interesting stories for days because you as a person are interesting. You have interesting thoughts. So not only is your everyday life interesting to the person you're with because it's not their everyday life, and two, that the more stories you continue to tell and the more stories about your life, the more interesting you continue to be because there's more to learn. I don't care if you've been with somebody for 20 years, there's still more things to learn.
Which I think is why I really like your top three. Because what I think your top three might be, I could be so wrong. And it's like well, then why? Like, why is that like really like interesting? Like, tell me more of like why you think this is whatever. Like, that's your top three. Like, why not this? Or I think it just starts a really good conversation, and it's over something of what's
Silly.
your favorite this? What's your favorite that? Like, it's such a silly thing, but he tells me all the time because I'm like, oh, I'm like spamming your phone, or like I told you this, and he's like, I want to know all the things. I want to know everything that you did. Like, cause I'm like, oh, like I did all this, but I didn't want to like bother you. And he's like, I want to know. So that's
I want
like
to
also,
be bothered.
well, that's like the thing. Cause he's like, it's not a bother. Like, I want to know what you did. I want to know how the kids went to bed. I want to know that you did a workout. I want to know how your day was. I want to know how work was. I want to know how the dogs are. Like, he wants to know all this versus I'm like, it's just me. Like, it's just the dogs. It's just the kids. It's just this. Like, so.
I think people too, like, I think toxic relationships, they're like, I know everything about you. What is there? Why do we need to talk? Like, I don't need to listen to you. Like, I know everything. Or like, it's that like, it's that,
I know you better than you know yourself.
thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly, well, that's what they need you to teach. That's what they need you to teach in toxic relationships is that they know you better so that you trust them. But that's literally the opposite when the person, like James, wants to go, I want to know every single thing, literally, about you. And also just like us going through the photos. Like, I pulled up photos that I've never told you, but it sparked, oh my God, see this photo, blah, 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 blah. The photo you talked about with the hand around, that spiraled into 7 different conversations. Like, there's stories about your life that because you lived it, they don't seem interesting, but to somebody that cares about you, you could talk for 7 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, tell me everything.
Well, I think about it even with you of a friendship. It's like, I love having the intellectual conversations about anything, and me and you do the same thing, but I'm like, I don't care if me and you sit here and we doom scroll, because I know that like we'll just pick up and do whatever. Me and James do the same thing. It's like we'll be sitting and we'll just be cuddling, but then we'll just pick up and and so it's like you have to have the balance of both, but it's still the like I think I love the most is the autonomy of my life, your life, and we're choosing to do it together. Like who is it Anne Hathaway that said like together we are whole or separately we are whole, but together we are more.
Yes.
And
I don't know who said that, but yes.
Always love it. I think it's Anne Hathaway.
See, that's something I'm trying to learn I talked about last week of like routines and like only doing certain things. Like I'm learning how to do things that I want to do. Hunter's like, go do whatever you want. But I still feel very much like
what do you want to do?
I don't know how to do that. That's very hard. So like the together we're that sometimes is what's hard for me.
Is the separately we're whole. That's I would agree. I think it's like you have your things, and I think it's just you keep working on it because it's like I last time felt really good that I was like, you're doing homework, like I'm gonna go do, or like you're doing X. Like he had to mow the yards. Great, you have to mow the yards. What am I gonna do? Just sit here? Like if I was home, and that's what I asked myself. If I was home, what would I do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he wasn't here, what would I do? He is here, obviously, but like, if he wasn't here, what would I do? And I was like, I would do a craft or something. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily just sit and watch TV, or I would clean. So I like clean the kitchen, and I like started a craft, and I like, so I have been trying to be better about doing things that I would normally do. Cause it's like, obviously we're going to do the stuff that we do together,
Yep.
but we can still do the things that we like. Like, I love, 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 love when I want to sit and spend time with you, but I
Mm-hmm.
still want to do my own thing.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
he was in the office and had to check something for work or whatever, right? And I just like straight up took a blanket in there and a pillow and just sat.
Mm-hmm.
And I read my book. He was like, "Okay." I said, "I didn't
That I
why am
do
I
very much love.
I don't want to sit in the I don't want to sit in the living room and read my book. I want to
Mm-hmm.
be next to you. So like if it doesn't bother you." And that was my question of like, "Is it gonna bother you if I sit in here reading my book?" And he was like, "No, I would prefer it." I was like, "Cool." So I just
Mm-hmm.
sat and I read the book. So I love you can still be together but be doing your own things. And it's still just we're in the same room and doing our own things.
I think my tendency is we're together. We got to
You
be doing the same thing.
you want to do what Hunter's doing, but it's not
Yes.
what you want to do. It's
No, not all the time. No.
I'm gonna do what Hunter's doing, so I'm included.
Yes.
I know it's a
Yes.
struggle. It's so hard. I know.
Yeah. And then the interesting thing of like I've had to get used to that. Like, you're so used to relationships being chaotic
Mm-hmm.
that normal feels scary. I just went through this with my therapist literally the other day about
This is
this
the
conversation
calmness that I'm talking
again.
about, where I'm like this. This is how this is how it's supposed to be, but this
Yes.
hasn't been what it has been. It's
Yes.
never been like this. So now that it's like, this is where I get like a, oh my God, I'm not interesting. I'm boring. Like something's, and I'm like, no, this is actually
Yeah.
really nice. And like, I just want to enjoy this.
It's like one of those things that like you get good at and then it's like it's not get good at, it's little steps. Little
Yeah.
eventually it comes separate. Like I'm going through the same thing with like getting married of like, oh my God, am I interesting enough? Am I right? Like am I, like
Mm-hmm.
that you're going through all of that. It is just kind of like that getting used to doing it. Getting used to doing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know, like, when we set out to make this podcast, we decided that we wanted to share the real, raw, honest truth of,
Mm-hmm.
like, late 20s, early 30s. Like, we didn't want to
Yeah.
sugarcoat it. You saw, we talked about lip gloss earlier, and then we deep drove into trauma. Like, that's what we want to do because, like, I think that's such a good visualization of, like, what your
Yeah.
life is. It's literally all over the place. Like, yeah, we're cracking up about lip gloss and funny Jacob's Ladder, but, like, we're struggling with this, too. And, like, we didn't want to be this pretty perfect picture on social media.
Nope.
Like we wanted
Mm-mm. You want
this. We
this.
wanted the real kind of
Yeah.
truth.
You want another thing that really helps me, and found out when I don't do it,
Yeah.
that I kind of get back into this and I'm like, God damn it, is I talked about affirmations, but really, I used to never say stuff out loud ever.
Mhm.
Like, why? It's in my head. Why would I need to say it out loud? But I have found that doing affirmations, it's just that extra little like,
I
oh wait,
stopped doing them.
it's right.
Damn it.
But I really like them because I didn't do it the last 2 days, and then
Mhm.
today I was like getting really in my head, and I was like, why am I kind of in my head? And I need to go outside. And I was like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this bike run because exercise is good for you and endorphins and all the things. I was like, cool, exercise, but I was like, I'm still kind of, and then I was like, oh, I didn't do my affirmations the last like 2 nights. And so I was like, nope, we need to do affirmations tonight. Like we need to sit and do them.
Mhm.
And then it is really grounding. It really helps me just to be like, oh yeah, all right, yeah, no, everything's good. This is
Mhm.
what's true when your brain is telling you the things that aren't.
That's why affirmations are so good. They're telling you the
Yeah.
truth of what instead of what your brain. I used to do them a lot and I haven't done them in literal years. Dang it. That means I should probably do it.
Do the same one every night. And when I first started doing it, I
Sounds
was like,
stupid.
it sounds so silly, and I like
Yep.
couldn't get in the right space to even like be serious about it. And I was like, I'm not even saying it out loud. Like, and I
Mhm.
was like, no, I have to say it out loud or it doesn't work. Like, I can't pretend to say it in my head and be like, oh, it worked. Like, no, you have to say it out loud, people, out loud. And they can be whatever it is. They can be a sentence like, I am strong, I am fierce, I am courageous. Great. That's your affirmation. Say it every night before you go to bed, like whatever it is. Mine is like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 sentences. Takes like 30 seconds. But
they're
to
not
be able,
long and they feel
to
stupid
be
at
able
the
to
beginning, but
sit,
they.
oh, I love them now. Yeah, but to be able, I sit and I look in my mirror and I look myself in the eye and I tell myself my affirmations. And I,
When did you start this? I remember when you told me, but I don't remember.
I used to have to write it down, so I know. January. So I started it in January.
Damn. That's longer than I thought it was.
Yeah, I started it in January because I had to write it down because I kept forgetting. And I was like, I'm saying something different every day. And I wanted to say the same thing. So I ended up writing them down.
Okay.
And so I wrote it down in January. And now,
Gotcha.
obviously, I don't need it. I have it like.
Well, now you're like 5 months in. Damn, I didn't realize it had
Yeah.
been that long.
But they're great. And I love them. And when I don't do them, I try to do it every night. But when I don't do it, then I'm just like, "Meh," and then I'm like, oh, yeah. Go tell
You're like,
myself that
oh.
I'm awesome. And again, it could be whatever resonates with you, whatever helps you. And I think that's what people get to, like, oh, it has to be this like great. It could just be like, I'm smart, I'm funny, and I'm kind. Like, it could just be the silliest little things like that mean something to you.
Yeah, and if you look at online, like online has
There's so
tons of
many.
examples, but like if you look at it and you go, that sounds stupid, like in the sense of like I wouldn't even believe that no matter, like, don't pick that one. Pick one that resonates with you. Pick one that feels like of what you need. It could be in a season, a week. You can change it every week. You could do the same one. Like, as long as you're doing it and whatever resonates, I think, dang it, okay, fine, I'll get back into it. This is why I like our relationship, because we could go from like cracking up to therapy to trauma bonding to then therapy to advice and then be like,
Jacob's ladder to affirmations. Free use to affirmations. We're just.
Jacob's ladder to affirmations is the best.
Yeah,
it also very much
Jacob's
describes
ladder
us as people. I'm just going to leave it right there.
It does. Yeah. So anyways, follow, like, subscribe. We have YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yep.
And
we post 3 times a week. We post wonderful videos on all platforms, and we post our long videos on Thursdays. So make sure you share this with your friends. And we'll catch you next week in episode 700. I don't know. Bye.
Bye. Episode 700. I don't know.